He's wisely going hard into wood. You can see the berries over here. Why is he not gathering food? I just walked them past the Ottoman base. Maybe we should attack. Hey, once again, good to have you here. Thanks for tuning in. More Age of Empires here. We're doing more ranked team games. We've been queuing up for 2v2 and 3v3. And while we've been getting a lot of 3v3, here we are with a, I guess now pretty rare 2v2. We're on Dry Arabia. I'm playing as the ABB+FRE. My ally, a French player by the name of, my teammate is, we'll just leave it there. We're up against another French opponent, Lisa, and down here in the fog of war is a Delhi player, Pickle Rick. No surprise we're seeing French players on Dry Arabia. This map is incredibly wide open. You can see there's not really any sort of elevation or cliffs or anything that could serve as a natural wall besides these clumps of trees, so it makes it very difficult to wall off. Thus, all these French royal knights can just have free reign. They can ride wherever they want. If you get deflected in one side of the base, you can always just pivot and attack from another side. It's very hard to defend yourself on this map against fast-moving, high-damage units. So we're going to try to play defensively here. We're going to need spears. That's why we're getting this early barracks down. And of course, the first player to make it, the French opponent. So I'm glad we've got this barracks up. We can start getting spearmen out. And we're going to gather up a little bit of extra gold after we get our fresh foodstuffs, because we do want to get that upgrade to hardened spearmen. We really want to get that. Teammates aged up. Looks like that's the final age up. We're all in the feudal age, and we are anxiously watching this first French royal knight head out across the map. He's bringing the scout along with it. Lisa, keep the scout with this French royal knight. But my ally's already scoring good hits, and yeah, looks like this French knight is already on its way out. I'm just going to train one of my spearmen to attack this royal knight. Why not? If we show up, we can turn the tides, and it might just cause the French opponent to back off. Because it's starting to become a question of how many knights should my ally produce. And here comes my spearman. If I can just get a stab in, that'd be great. Yeah. Oh, we're just quite out of range there. But you can see my French ally with the support of my spearman. Looks like he's able to rout these royal knights. So just one spearman can make a big difference, and you can see my allies figured that out. He's actually producing spearmen here and riding back, and he's decided he's going to play it defensively and get a mining camp down on this stone outcropping. So he's actually going for a fast second town center. A good decision. Kind of greedy. We'll see if he can defend. The most important thing that he can do right now is keep the French player in his base and keep an eye on this ball of royal knights. Yeah, I love that. The scout just kind of keeping watch. He knows that if he can keep the French knights on this side of the map, then our opponents won't know that he's going for this sneaky stone fast expand. And it looks like this French opponent, Lisa, is thinking the same thing. French two-town center feudal is getting more and more popular. Looking for those villager kills. This spearman, I mean, I gave him orders ages ago, so he's just going to charge in here and try and get some kills. But yeah, he's just going to get mowed down by arrow fire. I did make a second scout. I really wanted to know what this Delhi opponent was up to. I'm seeing blacksmith. I'm seeing Tower of Victory. I'm seeing scholars coming out of the mosque. This Delhi opponent is going to make a play for these sacred sites, and we're going to need to be ready for that. And wisely using spears, he knows my French ally could show up to discourage this taking of the sacred sites. So I'm going to have to do it on my own. Unfortunately, I went barracks stables versus his barracks archery range. I'm going to need an archery range. I'm going to need the 1-1-1 start, one of each production center. But I do have a good pickup here. I'm going to train my spearman on his spear, and I'm going to send these 2 horsemen after this scholar. It's nice having horsemen here to chase down the scholar. So I don't hate the choice to go horsemen, and if my opponent does go heavy into archers, it'll be a good unit to have. Ooh, we even get the kill on the scout. Love that. And now we'll just avoid, engaging with those spearmen. Of course, down here, he is securing this lower sacred site. Unfortunate. That's going to give him some good bonus gold. You can see my ally is already putting down the second town center. That's looking good. I don't know if the French opponent has done so already. I think he might have. Hard to say. Not sure. Me, I'm aggressively gathering stone. I think we just got what we needed. Now we just need to gather up some wood and we'll get to it. We'll get our second town center down. Little greedy. And look at this. My French ally trying to run. Nice way to save those villagers. Looking good. And of course, he's counterattacking. Love this. Just these 2 knights are going to score some good kills. These workers don't have the textiles upgrade. Ooh, accidentally killed a deer there. But this is what you're looking for. A French opponent who maybe gets a little too greedy, and you find where his villagers are out on the map. Take them out with these French Royal Knights. Me, I was able to deny a sacred site, so maybe we're both having an okay early game. I saw maybe 1 or 2 villager snipes. We're denying one of the sacred sites, though this one is secure. I really wish my ally would send his Royal Knights over there, but looks like he's, playing defensive, probably the smart move, and a second barracks, always a good idea. Me, I've actually sent a small raiding force this way, and we were able to clean up 3 villagers on this gold. It was a big pickup. I really liked seeing this because I really wanted to slow down this Delhi opponent, and killing off the gold, the extra gold income that's here, that felt really good. Over here, we're burning through the palisade walls to try and get at this sacred site. Even though it hasn't been captured, we might as well open it up. And look at this, my spearman or my horseman finding more villager kills. That's looking really good. And the French opponent's cavalry are nowhere to be seen. Maybe they're here? Hard to say. We're getting pushed back by a mix of infantry. And remember, these infantry are nasty. They've already got some 1-1 upgrades thanks to the blacksmith that my, double blacksmith that my Delhi opponent has. And on top of that, they have the Tower of Victory buff, so they can attack 20% faster. Oh, I like this, grabbing the boar. Playing very greedy, my French ally. I really like that. While I'm trying to squabble over these sacred sites and prevent my Delhi opponent from being greedy, my ally is being greedy on his own. Really like that. Even getting an outpost down, looking good. This is going to provide a lot of food. These boar have 2,000 food, and they're one of the fastest gathering rates in the game. Burn down this wall. We'll move on to the sacred site. Kill this archer. Can't really do anything here. We could probably, send a few spearmen down that way to take it out. And I like the outpost creep that's going on here. If we can creep all the way to the sacred site, then that means we'll have good vision over it. We'll be able to control this area a little better. That, we want to secure these berries over here. Those berries are very valuable for us as the Abbasid. Would like to see a blacksmith. Oh, yep, right as I say it, it goes down. Love seeing that. Engaging with his army here. We also moved a camel archer over to this wood line. Usually it's a good idea to park horsemen maybe behind the wood line or just right-click in the center of this. You have to assume that the opponent has chopped their way in here, and if you just right-click units into the center there, there's going to be a ton of villagers there to take. Yep, busting through the wall to get on the sacred site. It's all just this fight over these sacred sites. Good. Glad the horseman is there too. Doing good work against those archers. I'd love to see this camel archer move in. And things are pretty silent over here, and that's good for my ally. He's just gathering up a huge amount of food. He's grabbing a good amount of wood too. These deer are providing lots of food. The boar is providing lots of food. He's getting everything he wants. Yep, here's all those villagers I was talking about. It's kind of like a hollow circle in here. It's like a donut. You just got to right click in the center with maybe some horsemen, and you'll get a lot of villager kills. You'd be surprised how often that works. Fighting over vision, scouts versus scouts. I do have a scout back here. I'd like to be active with him, maybe patrolling back and forth on the back end, looking for trade. You never know. And, oh, look at this. My Delhi opponent is attacking my ally. Sent this army the long way around, but they're not finding anything. These villagers just hop inside the town center, and now the arrow fire is messing these units up. They have good upgrades, good attack speed, and my French ally only has knights and spears. They're not going to do well against that unit composition. Fortunately, down here, looks like we're getting a good fight. I'd love it if they came forward because we're about to get the arrow slits. Emplacement on this outpost. And look here, my French ally's trying to break through, but he's going to get attacked on the backside. He knows it's coming too. He's sent a few units this way. He could just keep making spearmen. His knights have to engage with these archers on the backside, but that's wishful thinking. Because, yeah, you have to get around these spearmen. There we go. That's pretty good. But, man, the spearmen attack so fast because of that Tower of Victory. Really painful. French ally makes it in, looking for some kind of something to walk away with. Something... Oh, good kills there. That's like 2-3 French knights going down there. These spearmen engage really well. Coming a little forward. I think he's going to start attacking the town center. And wisely retreating villagers towards the town center. Now the knights can engage with the archers, and the town center will just take out all these spearmen. I was sending units over to help, but looks like we're going to arrive a little too late. Now we're spotting more of the Delhi opponent's army, and I like this. I'd rather be losing 1 or 2 units just to get an idea of what his army looks like or how much he's producing. And this is painful. French ally is losing a lot of units here, but it's not that bad because he's been producing on the back end. He's already got another army ready to go, and he idled the French opponent's economy for some time. The only idea we have about our opponent's economy is the Delhi have no sacred sites as it currently stands, but they are in the Castle Age, so they're doing pretty well economically, but it's very unlikely that they went for a second town center. French opponent did go for a second town center, but the economy was idled for a while. I don't think I've lost any villagers. I've been okay on villager production. I'd like to maybe see a third town center go down now that we're in the Castle Age. And my French ally lost a few villagers in this raid, but he wisely got the textiles upgrade. So the villagers were pretty resilient. He didn't actually lose all that many. So I like our economic odds. I think we're doing all right. Let's take a look at income. Yeah, I'm actually ahead in food, but, well, everyone's about the same on food except for the French opponent. You can see the French opponent's economy is just... It got trashed in that last engagement. And now we're running into these man-at-arms. These units aren't going to do anything versus man-at-arms. They have to back off, maybe get a few more archery ranges down. That or just start spamming crossbowmen from these archery ranges. Yep, that looks like what we're doing. Rallying at this gold figured like a good space to go to because there were... There's gold being mined here. It's between our bases. We can kind of respond with our units as need be. And this is pretty good. I wish we had some more crossbowmen in the mix here, but the camel archer alone is going to reduce the damage of all these knights. As he rides past, I realize, ooh, let's get some more emplacements up here. I like these outposts. We're running into more walls. Looks like our Delhi opponent has really walled up. Yeah, look at all these walls. Our opponents have walled big time. Losing some villagers here. I think I lost 2 or 3 just to this small group of forces, but thankfully we have an outpost nearby for them to retreat to, and these man-at-arms will do well against these archers and spearmen. Over here, we're seeing the combined forces of the Delhi and the French. Very scary. We got back up to my ally, stay near his standing army. Nice, okay. More walls coming from my ally this time. I like the look of that. Upgrades. Allies definitely doing well, getting those important upgrades. And I like this engagement. I've got my heavily armored units finally starting to take damage from these archers, and both of these emplacements are firing away. Love this. This is a good engagement. If my French ally engages, this will be great. Camel archers reducing the damage from these royal knights. Yeah, this is a great engagement. Big win here. This is what we were looking for. Crossbowmen are going to take shots as the French royal knights retreat. Yeah, that's a lot of red bodies on the ground. That's looking really good. Unfortunately, because the Delhi opponent, Pickle Rick, made it to the Castle Age so quickly, he is securing a lot of the relics. In fact, I don't really see any relics on the map. I think I'm about to make a mosque. I remember placing one back here, but really there's just this and this relic left. Engaging with more of his infantry here. Remember, they've got good upgrades and they attack 20% faster. These guys are tough. Stupid wolf attacking my villagers back here. And now we're trying to, again, creep forward with those outposts. Lisa finally makes it to the Castle Age. That's the last person to make it to the Castle Age. And I like that it's the French opponent. Definitely feeling good about that. If everything stands, I think we are winning. I'm up to 3 town centers. We're getting more villagers. If we can just hold and try to not let all these sacred sites go to our opponents. Glad this one is still ours, or neutralized, really. Yep, French ally wants to engage with these French Royal Knights because he's got such a Castle Age advantage with his Royal Knights. They have the Bloodlines upgrade, so they have plus 80 HP. Man, that's a lot of hit points. Engaging again with these incredibly tanky Delhi man-at-arms. They attack faster. They also have the improved scimitars, so they actually have increased melee damage. That said, we're getting crossbowmen. That's the unit we want. Also, these emplacements, they do well against man-at-arms because they have high base damage. They can pierce through that armor. Yeah, those are good kills right there. As long as we can keep our crossbowmen away from these man-at-arms, we're going to get good kills. And yeah, these outposts are working on these archers back here. French ally wants to keep engaging. He knows that the French opponent cannot. I'd love to see my French ally split up the forces a little bit, although he's starting to sniff out where the villagers are. Yep, there they are. Wisely sending a few knights to attack villagers while the rest engage. And you can see our French opponent, Lisa, wisely waited and is now engaging now that he has the plus 80 HP. But that's a lot of dead villagers in here. There's just, even though he's losing his army, that's okay. Because on the back end, he's being attacked by the Delhi, and he's leading them into his keep. And he's built stables around the keep. He's got the Castle Age French engine built because all of these stables are influenced by this keep influence. So archery ranges and stables have unit costs decreased. So you can see these French Royal Knights are cheap. Additionally, he can get the enlistment incentives, which further discounts those units. We've made it to the front of the Delhi opponent's base. We're seeing units gain freshly produced. We thought maybe there'd be villagers on this gold vein. No luck. Not like the Delhi need to aggressively gather gold, although Yeah, they're still getting about 700. These sacred sites give them a lot. And we did build a ram just to get through these walls a little quicker. We'll bust them down, neutralize this sacred site. French allies just waiting for his Royal Knights to heal up. And yes, he's finishing out the engine by putting a few archery ranges around the keep. These are just going to start spitting out arbalètriers, which do well against French Royal Knights. So if our opponent keeps just spamming French Royal Knights, he's going to lose. Me, I'm kind of in the dark as to what my Delhi opponent is making. We probably want to be making more crossbowmen considering how many man-at-arms and knights we've seen him produce. Oh, but then we see elephants. 3 tower elephants. We see them and we run. This is a difficult unit to engage with, especially when it's supported by scholars, because it's a ranged cavalry unit, so it does lose out to spearmen, but spearmen are also weak to these tower elephants. It's hard to keep up with them. The tower elephants can move and shoot at the same time. It's hard to engage with them. Archers do okay versus tower elephants, but again, it's these scholars on the back end that are going to be the real issue. We're engaging. Ooh, my man-at-arms are just kind of getting clumped on the backside. We need them to engage, and we're really behind on upgrades as well. The Delhi opponent has all these 2-2 upgrades. We're doing what we can. We're just going to keep retreating backwards, and we're pulling villagers whenever we can. We've fortunately walled a lot of this section off, so we're pretty safe there. Oh, losing the battering ram. And my French ally is engaging. The French opponent knows that he can't fight because of these arbalètriers on the back lines. Ally has all 2-2 upgrades. Opponent is almost there. Decent upgrades. So me, I'm kind of pulling back, hoping I don't get smushed by all these elephants. I even have a mangonel. We're trying to target these scholars down. They have 130 HP, and they have very fast healing. So if they can heal each other, it's a problem. But look at the engagement here. Wow, he's even trapped some of the French knights there. What a good move. And now he's going to spread his forces out. He's going to look for villagers, burn down whatever he wants. These French Royal Knights, they're just going to flood everywhere. And the arbalètriers, they're ensuring the victory. The elephants are creeping their way into my base, but they're not getting any of my villagers, really. Might lose my villagers who are randomly farming near these town centers, but we can just rally some units back here. We've got a decent amount of production, and we're gathering. I mean, look at all of these fields. We've got gold being mined all the way up here. We're gathering deer all the way down here. I'm not too worried about these elephants making it so deep into my base. That's fine. He can't really reinforce them because they have to run. His units would have to run past all these outposts, and we're going to really make sure he can't come over here by putting down more walls and a keep. So yeah, the elephants are here. My villagers are just going to run. That's it. Lisa's dead. Pickle Rick is tickling me. That's about it. I don't think I'm going to lose to this. Might knock down one of my town centers, but I mean, we've got the resources to put down like 4 more of them. And now we're targeting down these scholars. We know that if we can separate them, which we did, we can now take out the tower elephants, and I think it's game over. The game went our way because my ally played incredibly well. This French engine here was so strong. He got there before our French opponent, and he maximized this by playing a little greedy and then pushing hard in the Castle Age. Didn't even really see much of a siege game here, but yeah, what a game. See you for the next one.